Welcome to Hoops Roundup with your host, Randy Silver. We review the FIBA World Cup every day for you. Today was day 8, and the games were bonkers. It was wild. There were major upsets today. Team USA played. Who won? Who lost? How's this deal with moving in to the third round, the knockout rounds? We'll give you all that and more. Today's agenda, day 8 scores. We'll go over high-level USA versus Montenegro. On this channel, we did a full breakdown video of USA Montenegro. It's linked in the bio. It should be popping up right now as well. Please go watch that for a full recap and box score. It's very, very detailed for you. We'll go over bracket standings, next round matchups for tomorrow and then 2 days after, and then some big score on those big games that happen. USA Montenegro, again, we did a full video just so you're aware. I have the recap. Here's the agenda for you. So let's dive into a little bit of the game to give you some tidbits, and then we'll move forward. The starting 5 for the U.S. with Bridges, Edwards, Brunson, Hart, and Jackson Jr. As a friendly reminder, Hart came in last game for Ingram, who is now on the second part of the team, the reserves. USA was basically down 1 going into the second quarter. Montenegro started the game fast, and USA was a little shaky, like in the first game when they played New Zealand. In the second game, in the second quarter, USA went down 1. Montenegro made it 2 right here to go up 38-37 in the halftime. Montenegro feeling good, a nation of 600,000 people competing with a nation of 350 plus million people, number 1 powerhouse in basketball perennially, feeling good going into the half. Third quarter, we started to pull away a bit. Our lead stayed between 4 and 10 points around that range, but they never took the lead really back. USA up 4 going into the fourth quarter, or around there. And then in the fourth quarter, still up 5. This was 138 left in the fourth quarter. We're up 77-69, and we win the game 85-73. Edwards had no points in the first quarter and had 17 points in the second half. Edwards had no points in the first half and had 17 big points to carry the team in the second half. Played much better. You know he won the halftime feeling disappointed in his performance, and he really improved in that second half. Reeves put in 12 points. Tyrese Halliburton put in 10 points. So that's your high-level USA Montenegro recap. Let's dive into each game score. Then we'll go into the standings and much more. Italy beat Serbia in a very close game, 78-76. Germany walloped Georgia, 100-73. As we just talked about, USA beat Montenegro, 85-73. Latvia, biggest upset of the day potentially, beat Spain 74-69. Spain, world number 1. Latvia has been playing really well in this tournament. We're going to dive in this game for you. Beat Spain. Dominican Republic, lose to Puerto Rico 97-102. Karl Anthony Towns had a monstrous game. We're going to dive into it. But Puerto Rico get the big win. Slovenia beat Australia at 91-80. And Luka wasn't the best player today for Slovenia, but he still balled out. We'll show you that. Lithuania crushed Greece 92-67. This sets up a big game, USA-Lithuania next match. We'll dive into that. And the other big upset of the day, could be bigger depending who you think and where your alliances are. Brazil beat Canada 69-65. Canada was undefeated. Brazil shocked Canada, and we're going to dive into this game and more for you. So let's go over the groups. Again, all these teams are in the second round. They've qualified as the top 2 from the bracket in the first round. The top 2 from the second round move into the knockout games, which is the final part of the FIBA World Cup. Your points roll over from the first round, and then they get added on. You get 2 for a win, 1 for a loss. So here we go. Italy beat Serbia. Puerto Rico beat Dominican Republic. Italy, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, and Serbia all have 7 points. Wild. So this means between Italy, Puerto Rico, and Dominican and Serbia, whoever wins their respective game will move on. You get 2 for a win, 1 for a loss. So 2 teams will have 9 points, 2 teams will have 8 points. Woohoo! Suspense. Group J, USA's group. USA has 8 points, Lithuania has 8 points, Montenegro 6, Greece 6. We can see that Greece plays Montenegro, USA plays Lithuania. So with the win, USA will have 10. With the win, Lithuania will have 10. If they both lose, they have 9. They automatically move forward. Because of the win, Montenegro and Greece can't catch them. They would only have 8 points. So the next is for seeding and bragging rights, which is big. So it's good to know you're moving on to the next round. Group K, Germany with 8, Slovenia with 8, Australia, with 6, Georgia with 6. So same deal here. Germany and Slovenia move on, and they will play for bragging rights in the next round. Luka versus a lot of German players in the NBA. And then finally, in Group L, all teams have 7. Canada, Spain, Brazil, and Latvia. So this means Canada, Spain, only one is moving forward now. Winner of that game goes on, loser of that game, goodbye, out of the tournament. And Brazil, Latvia, same thing. So that loss by Canada was massive. That loss by Spain was massive. Puts a do or die. But hey, you know what? You're about to go to the knockout round. Why not start early? Win or go home. That's what you play for. That's why you're an athlete and you want to go forward. Once you win, you go to the quarterfinals. And this is what's big. You'll play a second place team if you come in first in your bracket, vice versa. So you really want to try to get first and give yourself an easier path to victory. Canada lost to Brazil 65-69. Alexander for Canada plus 19 efficiency, while Caboclo for Brazil plus 29. Baller game, 23 points to 19, 13 rebounds to 5. What happened to Canada? They had a very close first half against Brazil, took the lead in the third quarter, and Brazil came back and was able to take the victory. 52-53, 7 minutes left. 55-55, 5 minutes left. 57-56, 4 minutes left. So it's a really close game. And then Brazil took the lead with 1:14, and they were able to push it out and get the W. Canada had a shot clock violation that was crucial in the final minute of the game. And Brazil made their free throws. When we look at rebounds, Brazil had 43-37 rebounds. 2-point shots, Brazil 55-39. Canada shot 26% from 3, while Brazil shot 18%. So both shot poor, but Canada shot many more threes, and that affected them. Free throws were 88-87, that's even. Points off a turnover, 17-4. 4 points off a turnover for Canada is low. That's not enough at all. Brazil won the turnover battle with the points. They had 99 turnovers. Of those 9 turnovers, 17 points. You're basically scoring at 2 every turnover, while Canada only scored basically in 2 possessions from turnovers. Not going to win you the game. Points in the paint, 38 for Brazil to 22. And that also shows that they won in the paint. They had more control of that box. So when another team plays Canada, like Spain, who have big players, they're going to go to the paint because that's where the advantage is. When we look at the box score, Brooks only had 2 points for Canada. He's been averaging around 8 to 12 in this tournament, so not good there. Olenek had 9. He's been in double digits. Alexander had 23. Dort had 17 off the bench. Powell had 5. RJ Barrett had 4. You expect much more from him. So Canada either is a bit tired, or Brazil's defense was that good and they underperformed here. Canada, this is not their normal percentage that you'd expect here. Brazil-wise, big 19 points from Calbucio, 10 points from Santos, and then a total of 69 points for them. They played their best game of the tournament by far, and now it's a win-or-go-home for Canada and Brazil. Slovenia, Australia. Slovenia had to lead the whole game, never let Australia be able to really get back in the game in the fourth quarter. 6-8 point game, but never really was potentially close where it became a single possession. What was the deciding factor? Points from the bench. 11 more points for Slovenia versus Australia, 35-24. Fast break points, 11-4. Australia had the lead. Points off of turnovers, 18-14. So nothing crazy here that would be standing out. What would stand out is the 73% of twos were made by Slovenia, while only 50% for Australia. That's a pretty big disparity there. And then in terms of 3 points, they both shot 30%. Another key stat, time leading. Australia never led the whole game. Slovenia led from the tip after they made their first basket. You look at the box score, how Luka did. Almost played 30 minutes, 19 points. He made 9 of 10 from the free throw line. That's big when a 9-point game. He misses half of those. It's a 5-point game. And then the other big player was Mike Tobey with 18 points. Overall, he had the 33 efficiency. Crazy, 12 rebounds, 5 assists. Played an amazing game. Australia, their big player, Josh Giddey, 25 points. He shot 3 or 5 from the line. And then you have Nick Kay. He only had 3 points. Duop had 3 points as a starter. Patty Mills had 17. Good for him. But when your 2 stars have 3 points, that's tough to make it up. So now, again, both of these teams are in do or die for the next round as well. Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico. This game was thrilling. It was super close throughout. It was basically tied at halftime. It was tied at halftime. Stayed within a 7-8 point game throughout the third quarter. In the fourth quarter, Dominican Republic gave up the lead to Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico was able to pull away. It's a tied game with a minute left. And then they made a 3 and then made some 3 throws to win the game. When we look at the percentage of shooting, 65% for Puerto Rico versus 51% for Dominican Republic. They both basically shot 40% from 3, so not terrible. When it came down to it, fast break points 26-15 for Puerto Rico. That's a big difference in 10 points. When you look at points from the bench, about even. Points off turnovers, even. Turnovers 14-9. So Puerto Rico created 5 more turnovers. They won by 5 points. That's make or break the game right there. When you got to look at the box score, we have to show you Karl-Anthony Towns. 32 minutes of a 40-minute game. 39 points. 48% shooting from 2, or total. 56 from 2, 36 from 3. He made 9 free throws. 10 rebounds. He just absolutely balled out. It was a great game by Towns. And then for Puerto Rico, they just had a really solid game across the board. You see multiple players there with double digits. Tremont Waters with 37 points in 35 minutes, played the whole game. The question is, can they keep this up as they're moving forward as they go to the next game, which is do or die. The other big shocker today was Spain-Latvia. Spain was winning into the fourth quarter, and Latvia made a big run to win the game. You can see here going to the fourth, Spain was up 11. Usually you expect them to pull it out. Latvia chipped away. 3 minutes left in the fourth, it became tied. Latvia took the lead and never looked back and won by 5. When you look at why does that happen, points in the paint, 36-26. You expect Spain with some big men. Latvia's big as well. They were able to outpower them in the paint. Points off the bench, Spain had more. Points off turnover were the same. So it really came down to shooting percentage and efficiency. When we look here, 52% from 2 for Latvia. From 3, they were basically the same. 3 throws, 73. So when you look at the box score for Spain, from 3 throw, they went 20 for 31. That's a lot of 3 throws. Latvia went 14 from 19. Shooting-wise, we already talked about. Latvia just played better. Most of Spain's points came in the first half, the percentage, and they dipped in the second half. Maybe a bit tired. Maybe they were overrun by Latvia's defense. So it was a very tough break for Spain. Again, now it comes down to do or die. And just to show you the USA box score, we have the highlight for you. Solid game across the board for many players. Halliburton, Bridges, double digits. Edwards, double digits. Jackson Jr., double digits. Reeves, double digits. Good team win for them. They never really gave Montenegro a big chance in the second half, which is good. When we look at the box score, you can see USA took the lead in the third quarter and pulled away. They shot better than we did, but we absolutely destroyed them where it counts in terms of points off turnover, 17-14. Fast break points, 23-2. When you have that many fast break points, that's tough to win as Montenegro. You miss shots, you give up points, you get turnovers, and we really did a great job there. Go check out our full video for the recap there. So that is your FIBA World Cup Day 8 recap. Exciting, thrilling games. It was a great day of basketball. It's only going to get better in 2 days when these teams have to play those do or die to move into the knockout rounds. Tomorrow, more knockout games for the consolation bracket. USA is through. Let's go. You know where you'll want to be. Come back here to Hoops Roundup every day for your FIBA World Cup recap, and we'll have the specific US games as well. Comment your thoughts, and of course subscribe to get notified. Team USA, we out. They get it.